When people talk about uploading schedule for YouTube, then ask me what is mine, I say it's up to my subscribers. At the moment, they call the shots. Yesterday, in one of the Facebook groups, someone asked about seamless pattern creation in PowerPoint. I responded I have a tool for that called iSlide, and the person asked me to make tutorial video. Since the comment was made in a private group, not under my YouTube channel, I blur her name out and I hope she doesn't mind. Let's see what is iSlide and how am I using it. iSlide is a PowerPoint add-in that has a lot of supporting editing tools like design layouts, but the main feature are their premium layouts, graphics and illustrations. It has a free version and monthly and yearly subscription, and in free version you get all the editing tools without restrictions, and paid version is to get access to premium templates, graphics and illustration. Since I only need tools, editing tools, I selected free version and I'm using only the free version. And in this video I'm going to show you some samples of how I use the tools included in iSlide. This is a PowerPoint add-in, so it will show up on top of your ribbon as additional tab after installation. If you watched some of my videos where I'm using PowerPoint, you maybe noticed this design tools toolbar here that is permanent on the right side of the presentation for me. And I love this feature. This is iSlide feature. You have all these tools that some of them are actually available in PowerPoint, but some of them are not. You have them all around spread in all these tabs here. And now with iSlide, you can have them here easily accessible all the time. You can actually change in settings what toolbar is going to be visible here, and you can also check is it going to start automatically. So when you turn on new PowerPoint presentation, is it going to show automatically? So that is with auto start activated. If not, then you have to activate them manually. For me, I selected the auto start, so it's always here when I start new presentation. And that is why this one here is grayed out, because I already have it active. Another important feature is that you can select units this software is going to use. Now, these units are not connected to the units of your Windows system. And the way I use this feature is that I keep my system in inches and I keep this tool in centimeters. So I have some sort of converter, because at the same time when I click on shape, PowerPoint is telling me dimensions of that shape in inches, while this tool gives me dimensions in centimeters. So I keep them opposite. So if I have PowerPoint in inches, I keep this tool in centimeters. If you have PowerPoint in centimeters, you can put it here in inches, or you can keep it the same. It's completely up to you. Now, all of this is now gray. Nothing here is clickable because I did not select any of the shapes. So let me move this around and let me select watermelon. And here the alignment tab, you can align everything to the left, to the right, to the middle, to the center, and top, bottom, and center. So if I click on this on the middle, it's going to align all the shapes to the middle. If I click on this one, it's going to distribute them horizontally. So it's going to make same distance between each shape. So let me select all the spider webs, middle, distribute evenly. Let's move this one aside so you can see the difference. So once again, middle, distribute horizontally, and now it has shifted them so they are evenly spaced out. So that is the alignment segment, so I can easily select everything and make the adjustments to the shapes I have on the slide. The next segment here is the size. Here I have rectangle, rectangle, and I have a square that has same sides. What this tool here is doing, if I select this one first and then this one second, and this is my last shape to select. The last shape is a square. This segment here is allowing me options to make everything, so all the shapes that are selected, in the same width or height as the last shape I selected. So if I click on this one, every shape is going to have the same width as the last shape I selected. If I click this, everything is going to have the same height as the shape I selected. So as a result, now I have 3 identical shapes with the same height and width. Another cool feature here is that if I select 2 shapes, this one and this one, and I click here, it's going to swap their places. It only works for 2 shapes. You cannot swap places of multiple shapes, only 2. Another segment here is Guides Layout. Guides Layout is the ability for you to, let me activate this one. So you see now we have guides or margin lines. So let me move this shape back here. So if I click this one, it's going to align the selected shape to the left guide. If I click here, it's going to align to the center of the guides area. So this is the guides area, and it's going to align the shape to the exact middle of that guides area. So it actually gives you opportunity to align everything as per the guides that you have set, or the margin lines you have set. This segment here, the selection tool, is, let me show you that on this slide. So the yellow circle is on top. This here is giving me option to move it to the bottom or raise it to the top, or move it just one layer down. So now it's below the green one but above the purple one, and now it's below everything. So this is one step at a time, and this is automatically bottom and top. Another very cool feature here in the iSlide is the ability of the Smart Selection tool. So Smart Selection tool gives me ability to select every shape or every object, every text on the slide that has some unique characteristics. For example, this square here is blue. So if I click on fill color, so same fill color, select, everything that is blue, it's going to be selected. Another cool feature is if I click on this shape that has a red outline, and I'm going to pick line weight. So line weight is now the object of selection, and if I click select, you see everything that has the same line weight. And now if I pick line color and change the tolerance to maybe 5 and click select, now this one is no longer selected and this one is no longer selected. This one is not selected because the line color is red, but the line weight is not the same or almost close the same as per the tolerance value with the other shapes. And this one is not selected because it's not matching to the color of the square with the red outline. So this is the Smart Select tool. You can easily select everything that you have on the slide by setting the specific characteristics of that shape. So if I click on this one and I click on the same shape, by that logic, everything that is square, it's going to be selected, square or rectangle. So that is how I use the Smart Selection tool. Another segment here is the vector segment. So let me pick this one and this one. So I'm going to show you that actually circles, so this one and this one. So I have selected both of these, and now here I can union them, I can merge them together, I can combine them, or I can actually split them to fragments. I can do that in PowerPoint as well, but I would have to click on shape, merge, and then select here one of the options. When I have this tool here, all I have to do is click on the fragment section. So I need to have these two selected and click on the fragments, and now I have this one, and this one. So now I have fragments of the shapes that I had before. Another feature here next to the vector is Clipboard. I have this, let me delete this from the slides so you can actually see what's going to do. Delete and delete. Okay, now everything is deleted. Let me remove the guides. I don't want to see the guides now. So let's select this one, this text box here, and let's copy it by using this, not the copy of the PowerPoint, but the copy of the iSlide. So let's put it to the clipboard. So now I copied this, and now I'm going to select this slide. I'm going to skip this slide deliberately. I'm going to select this slide and this slide. So I have selected 3 slides. If I click paste, it's going to paste my shape only on the slides I selected. So this is the benefit of the clipboard tool. It only copies and pastes the shape on the slides you selected. So that is the feature of the clipboard. You cannot do this with PowerPoint. You cannot select on what slides something is going to be pasted on. Now the docking feature, let's go back to this one. Every time when you click on a shape, you see these dots here. So you have the dots, you have the dots. So let me select this shape and this shape together. The docking is to actually dock them to these dots. So if I do this, you see now it's docking them to one side. If I go to top, it's going to dock them to this one, to this one, to this one. So it's actually merging or connecting 2 shapes as per their docking points. So that is the docking feature. And this one here, I believe it's obvious. It's a rotation tool. You can flip everything any way you want. If you have text box somewhere on a slide, this is going to be activated as well, and you can resize the shape where the text is. You can wrap text, shrink text. You can also change the text box margins. So all of this is for the text box editing. So that is this part here. As I said, most of this you have inside PowerPoint, but it is just spread all over these tabs. So that is the benefit of iSlide, to have all of these editing tools easily accessible here on the right side. But now we're going to talk about fancy tools. Let me delete this because we do not need this, and we do not need this one here. What are the fancy tools, so-called fancy tools of the iSlide? And this is something that you do not have in PowerPoint. So I have this donut here, and I'm going to go to iSlide, and I'm going to select Design Layout. That is free in the free version, so you can use it completely free. You do not need premium to use the design layout. Matrix layout, let's activate it. And now it's going to give me option to create something that we would call a seamless pattern. So I can duplicate, I can use slider, or I can use this as well. And I can pick horizontal spacing. I can make them tighter. I can put vertical spacing as well. Now I need more and more on this side. And I can also change the angle, so up and down. And I can change the vertical angle as well. So this is how you would create a seamless pattern inside PowerPoint using the iSlide. So it is called matrix layout. It gives you ability to duplicate a shape horizontally, vertically. You can set the spacings horizontally and vertically, and you can change the angle once again horizontally and vertically. Let's try it again with this shape, design layout matrix, and let's duplicate this one. Let's duplicate it on the bottom, and let's make the spacing tighter. Okay, now this is the time where I should use this one, and this is how you can create seamless pattern inside PowerPoint. If you did not have this tool, if you do not want to install this, for example, let me just copy this one and make a new slide. So let me just show you, if you don't want this tool to, if you don't like any of things I just mentioned, how would you create seamless pattern on your own? So you would have a shape here, and you will click Ctrl D, and then you're going to move this shape where you want it to be. And I believe I selected the wrong shape. Let me start again. So duplicate, and now this one, You moved it where you want it to be, and now just click Ctrl D again until you fill the screen. Select them all and Ctrl D, and now move the duplicates to where you want them, and now click the Ctrl D again. So that is how you would do the seamless pattern manually if you did not have the iSlide feature. You would have to duplicate this one, make a row, and then duplicate again to make the columns, or opposite, make the columns and then make the rows. Okay, that was this one. Let's go back to, let's move this one up. Let me show you the next tool. So that was the matrix layout. What is matrix crop? Matrix crop. Matrix crop give you the opportunity to slice a shape to specific numbers. So for example, here I have 3 and 3 and I have a circle. So if I click apply, it's going to split this circle onto 9 parts because I have 3 parts horizontally and 3 parts vertically. So if I click apply, I should get 9 slices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 slices. If I do it again, but now I select 2 and click apply, I will get 4 slices. Let me undo this so I have a circle again. Let me move this one away and let's duplicate so I have more to work with. What will happen if I pick horizontal spacing? Oh well, I don't know, did you hear that? That was my phone ringing. The water heater just exploded in my apartment, so that's a fun thing I had to do later on. Let's continue where I was. Horizontal spacing. So let's select 50%. Horizontal spacing 50%. And what is that going to do is, let's click apply. And now, as you can see here, it did not split them on the 4 equal parts. It actually cut it by 50% because I selected horizontal spacing to be 50%. If I do the same thing, but I select also vertical and apply, you see what I get. So I get 4 splits, but they are spaced by 50% of the total width and height of each individual shapes. So that is matrix crop. Basically, you can split any shape to as many shapes you want. Let's go to the next tool. I want to finish this video. I know. If I go back to the building and start talking with the plumber and all of that, it's never going to end. It's going to be a 2-3 day story event to fix a broken pipe and broken water cooler. So let's focus. The next tool is circular layout tool. Now, I call this tool Mandala Creator tool. And why do I call it Mandala Creator tool? Because it actually creates duplicates of a shape in a circle around that shape. So let me select this one and let me do this. Now you're going to say, Marina, this is not mandala. Wait a minute. Let's check the rotation mode to auto rotation. And let's do this. And now I believe you agree, this is what we would say mandala. And click apply. And now all I have to do is, let's go to the selection tool. And the first one, I'm going to hide the first one. So the first shape that I actually duplicated, I can delete it or I can make it invisible here on the slide. And this is my inside PowerPoint mandala. Let me do this one. Let me move them here away from the presentation. So let me repeat the steps. Circular layout, count, auto rotation. That's just too much. What did I do? Let's put 12. This looks very nice. This looks very nice, if I might say so. And now this is the one that is extra. I can move it aside, and this I believe this. What did I do? What did I do? Undo, Marina. Let's select them all. Oh, this looks beautiful. Let's see this one. Let's see this one. Let's check the auto rotation automatically. I can't believe I'm using this tool for I don't know how long, and every time I'm shocked by the power of this tool. Now you can change the starting angle, you can change the offset. Offset is actually, see, you can change how much of a circle is going to be used to create duplicates. So 360 is all around, 180 is half of the circle, and radius is how far it's going to be from the center. And the clockwise distribution only works if the shape is set differently than the one I have at the moment right now. And that is the way I call it, Mandala tool. You see, I like this. I really like this one. Because this is Mandala tool. Of course, the start of it that you need to have some kind of shape. And once you have some kind of shape, you can make this effect here. And let me go back to, let me create a new slide and let me delete this one so I can show you the next tool, circle. Let me create a circle without outline. iSlide, design layout, circular crop. So the one before was matrix crop. This one is a circular crop. Now what this one is doing, and I'm going to show you, it has count 3, space 100%, and apply. Do you see what it did? It split them, but in a circular crop kind of way. Let me show you that on the, it's easy to see that on the circle, but let's see what's going to do on the rectangle. So let me show you this tool in rectangle. And it says no valid shape selected. Please select an oval, pie, or arc. So that means it doesn't work on the rectangle shape. It works on a circle, only on the circle shapes. Let's see what's going to do with this one if I click crop again. Okay, so I cannot crop something that is already been cropped. You need to start with a circle in order to use this tool, the circular crop tool. The next tool that we have here is Eyedropper. Let me go to the image. So the eyedrop tool, eyedrop, select it here, and now you can pick any color that you have at the moment and see the hex value. So you can change between RGB and CMYK, and you can pick any color that you have on the slide or maybe on the photo that you put inside the presentation, and you can pinpoint that color here. You can extract that color here. The next tool is the adjustment editor. Now it says no valid shape selected because I did not select any shape. We have these 3 shapes and they have oval edges, but the edges are not equally oval. You see, this one is 0.083, this one is 0.167, and this one is 218. So if I want all of them to have the same radius here on the corner, I could just type it in. I could type 0.2 for this one, and then this one also to have, come on, select 0.2, and this one to also be 0.2. And now all 3 shapes, let me do this, so all 3 shapes now have same radius in the corners. So that is how you can have same, if the object has this orange dot, that is when you're going to be able to use the adjustment editor. So it has a dot, you can actually change the slider but specific value. If you use the PowerPoint tool, you don't know what is the value, you don't have that visible anywhere around. So when you do this, you don't know the number. With this one, you can actually see the number of the value of the adjustment. So that is the adjustment tool. This segment here is the premium feature. So if I go back to my first slide, I actually labeled that. So all of this is premium. feature. Those are the resources you get if you buy the premium monthly or yearly subscription. As I mentioned, I never clicked on any of this. I'm not using this because I'm drawing my own charts, my own design. But from everything else here that I would emphasize it's important is file analytics. So if you click on this one, it's going to analyze all your slides and it's going to tell you the size of all your slides. So if you have a PowerPoint presentation that is too large, too big, you see here, this is the total that you have in all slides. You can actually see which slide has the biggest value, the biggest size, and maybe you can change something up there. You can move things around, flatten some things around there, and see how you can reduce the size. So it's telling you each slide how much, you see, every object is telling you how much its size is in kilobytes or megabytes. So let me see this one. So the image on slide 8, so let me see where's the slide 8. So the images on slide 8, what do I have? Yeah, I have the shapes are considered images. One of the shapes is 480 kilobytes. On slide 9, I have, do I have photo? Yes, I have image. It's 392 kilobytes. So that is how you can see, and this is how much the slide master is taking up space in your, if you have slide masters, unique slide masters, and I do have unique slide masters in this presentation, it's going to tell you how much each slide is contributing in the overall dimension or size of the PowerPoint. So that is here under File Analytics. And that's it from the tools of the iSlide that I am using. I believe this is extremely useful tool. I love it. If you have any questions about this, ask me down below. I'm going to share the link down below where you can get this tool. And until next video, I'll see you in the comments. And now I'm going to go to see what else has exploded in my building. Have a nice day. Bye.